Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today is my Mah Jongg readings. This reading is for my earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo for the upcoming week of February 11, 2019. We still navigating this 5 universal month, all about change, and unexpected change at that. Especially since we're dealing with a lot of Aquarian energy, right? Aquarian being air signs, they like to get stuff done and they don't necessarily like to warn you about it. Alright, so what are the themes for the upcoming week of February 11, 2019 for my earth signs, please? What's up, earth signs? How y'all feeling? Good, great. So we got a guardian right out the gate. Some issues with some partnerships. Some issues with some partnerships. So earth and fire signs this week got the little guardian, got the little issues. Who didn't have a guardian? Water signs are skating this week. Okay. So first of all, angel number 224. Look that up. That's what I need you to do. Okay, earth signs. So you've been working very hard. You got some issues with some partnerships, right? Issue with some partnerships. It could be a work, could be a relationship. It could be, again, at school. Any of that, where you worship. You've been working very hard. Too hard to make this thing work. Too hard to make this work. Again, it could even be at work with a colleague or something like that. And now you are reconsidering whether or not you want to do that. Right? It's taking a toll on you. It is really, it could be with a person that is good. It could be with a person who is a good guy. But you're just putting way too much effort into this, right? This partnership, way too much. And now it's time for you to reflect and think on what benefits you, how this benefits you, what you want out of this, right? How where this is going. With the card, we got all men here. So this is really interesting in partnership. Somebody's really going through it. With the card, contemplation next to the pine. Look at them. Look at what they're doing. He's working. They just chilling, right? The other person, the partnership, it just is what it is. But you putting all this effort into it. And look at both of them. What do they have in common? They're both contemplating, just thinking. It's time for you to reflect on if the fish are coming home to you, if this is benefiting you, if this partnership that you're putting so much effort into, right? This business partnership situation involving family, like, are you benefiting? That's the question that's coming. Are you benefiting from this, earth signs? Let's find out. All right, and is this a long-term thing? Is this something that you'll be able to sustain long-term? Because obviously, you've been putting a lot of effort into it. So is this going to yield you anything? Right? Is this going to benefit? Are you going to be able to catch that fish? Or will it just have been a lot of effort on your part for not? Clarify the duck. Yep, somebody else. Not somebody else. I love when that happens. Yep, we got the West. So somebody else. Partnership, dealing with somebody else. You putting in all the work. I already knew that. For the commitment, I already knew that. And it's something that could be causing you grief, right? Stressing you out a little bit. It's not the North card, it's the 9. So it's not, you ain't losing no edges over this, but it's definitely cause of frustration. If you need to tie or untie, not sure, we'll look into that. But yep, you're dealing with other people. You're putting too much effort into something. Let's clarify the pine card, please. Willow, jade, yep. Willow has come up in every reading. So you got the 9 bamboo willow, followed by the 4 circles jade, followed by 6 circles peach. So this other person, you're supposed to be strong, but you are strong. I get that, because the pine is about being strong. You are strong. You are an earth sign, right? Y'all are strong. Y'all are grounded. That I don't get that that's an issue here. The fact that the willow came up to clarify the pine, I think here is saying stay rooted, Bend when necessary, but choose your battles. Don't always bend when you don't need to. Don't acquiesce if you don't need to, right? Decide on when bending works for you. This could also deal with healing, of course, and writing, right? Wood, we have the willow and the pine, right? So even in your written communication, making sure that you don't bend if you don't need to bend. There are situations that call for it, definitely, but there are some situations where you just have to verbalize, your truth. So know the difference between those two situations, earth signs. Okay, and then, right, you got the jade. So this is talking about your worth, knowing your worth, persevering, right? Saying what needs to be said. You got to tell them that you're tired of doing all the work. That's just what it is. It could even be a project for school. You're doing everything, and you're persevering, you're pushing through, you're going to be successful. The end result will be beautiful. But there's still this issue of you're doing everything. That's not sustainable. So let's say even if it's a relationship, and ultimately you'll be successful, right? Your abundance will come. You'll reap your harvest. At the same time, we don't want you to get too used to pulling all of the weight. So it's working for you right now, right? Physically working. Although emotionally, you kind of like, I ain't feeling this, right? So it's like you carrying all the groceries or something. You can physically do it. You're physically getting the job done. But emotionally and mentally, you might be like, okay, I don't like to do it, even though I can, right? So you're bearing fruit. Your efforts are definitely bearing fruit. But you got to let them know that this ain't working. This ain't working. They got to do their part. Let's clarify the card. Yep, we got the jade again. You working hard. So, 4 circles jade again. Persevere. Keep going. Right? Keep doing what you need to do to get the job done. But let them know that you don't like to do it all yourself. Right? You could, clearly, you're capable, earth signs. Clearly, y'all are the most persistent creatures ever. I love earth signs. And clearly, there's value in what you're doing. But you need to let them know that it can't all be done by you. Right? That's why it's a partnership. 2 people. The 8 bamboo mushrooms. Something out of the ordinary. Expect the unexpected. Right? Do something unexpected. Right? Throw a curveball in their situation so that they really understand where you're coming from. Right? He's contemplating. He's thinking about his next move. Keep working hard. Do something out of the ordinary. Go against the grain. Maybe they've expected. Maybe you've been doing this for so long that they expect you to do everything. Right? So throw them off. Throw them a little curveball. 1 wine entering. Barriers being lifted ultimately. Yep. So this is good. This is a nice reading. To be honest, I thought it was going to go sour, but it didn't. Yay! Because you had a guardian out the gate. Nope. This is you working hard toward partnerships, getting stuff done, dealing with another person that's causing you a little bit of anxiety, but y'all tied together in some way. You grinding. You getting stuff done. You got all these circle suits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you getting stuff done. In tune with your projects, reaping what you sow, reaping your harvest, things like that. But barriers being lifted ultimately as a result of your thinking outside the box, doing something unexpected, continuing obviously to persevere, and verbalizing your desire to not have to put all the effort into this partnership, right? Really thinking on that. You're really reflecting on, like, wait a minute, why am I doing everything? But ultimately, everything's going to work. Success, new beginnings, right? So it looks like this person, they won't be mad. They'll be happy. Maybe they didn't even realize that you were doing everything. Maybe they didn't see all the behind-the-scenes work that, was going on. Or maybe they were too busy or too caught up. But otherwise, it looks good. It's not saying that you need to let go of this partnership at all. Just let them know that you're doing a lot of work, right? Show them or tell them. And then they'll appreciate, like, oh, okay, I didn't even realize that. Thank you. But this is good. Going into the Valentine week. Interesting. Partnerships, dealing with that. All right, Capricorn, what's going on? I don't like that there. Six circle speech, number 15. Look that up, Capricorn. So this is romance, right? You are really reaping your harvest. Your abundance is coming from this partnership. This is good. This is excellent. She represents wealth and beauty, divinity, always a rival. But I didn't necessarily get that from the general reading, but for you, Capricorn, that could be the case. I feel like you are getting your due this week. This is a good week for you in partnerships. By exerting yourself, it'll work to your benefit. It'll work to your benefit. Yay! Capricorn, Capricorn. Next up, Taurus. Taurus. Alright. Taurus, man. Success. Oh, yeah, I got such a good week, Earth signs. This is about love, too. Wow. Arrow right on the money. Partnerships looking good for you. All the work, all of your hard work is paying off and has paid off. Right? The arrow landed right where it needs to be. This also represents love and relationships. This represents everything coming together and romantic situations panning out exactly how you plan them. So all of your hard work meant something. It wasn't for naught. Angel number 33 is there for you too. In case you're curious. Taurus. Okay, I like it. Last but not least, Virgo. Virgo. 5 bamboo lotus. Alright, number 5, we're going to look it up. A birth of a child, definitely. If not, birth of a new you. It's a new you. You got a new attitude. Also, your partnerships will be reborn and reinvigorated as a result of your verbalizing the fact that you've been doing all the work, your hard work. So remember, you had all those Jade cards, right, telling you success. You had barriers being lifted. Like, yes, all the work that you've been doing for this partnership is a good end, and you will benefit directly from this, because again, this person will see you through fresh eyes. They will come to their senses and realize what an asset you are. And so as a result, you'll be able to step into new light, right? Birth new things in this partnership, right? Come together and create new things. And it'll be coming out the mud, coming out the toiling that you've done to get out of the mud, to reach for the stars and the sun. So again, I cannot stress enough, this partnership, all the work that you've been doing for it, is going to benefit you. Just in time for Valentine's Day. All right, have a great week, y'all. Peace out.